Chest day today. I'm starting off with, I'm a little older, so I've got to warm up the elbows, warm up my chest, get my mind engaged, all of that. A lot of guys I grew up with always talked about having elbow issues, or even the younger guys I know. If you're not taking care of it early and starting early, then it won't be a part of your routine later. So I like to stretch the elbows out, warm the elbows up, warm the chest up, warm the shoulders up, all of the above. A lot of people don't like warming up, but me personally, I love warming up. It gets me engaged, gets my mind involved. I can think about whatever I need to think about, dispel what I don't need to think about anymore. It's just the whole process. It's just like warming the oven up. It's just like warming the oven up for whatever food you're about to bake or whatever. So in the meantime, I'm just getting the ingredients together, preheat the oven before I, get ready for the full meal. So the banded tricep press downs actually work better for me, and I notice it works better for a lot of people. Nobody's ever thought of it that way. So that's what I like to do there. I don't really like cable flies as much as I like the machine flies, because I want my body to be just locked in that one position. And then I don't really squeeze all the way in. I'm just using it as like a chest/shoulder warm up. And I'll go get the dumbbells here and there, whether I'm doing upright rear delt flies or front raises. Now that we start rolling, I always bench with the bar first. That just lets me know if my body's warming up, because when the weight is light enough, you can still feel if your body ain't warmed up enough. So the first set, I usually hit about 15 to 20 of those, stretch side to side. And after that, I'll go to 135. I gotta find me a good song. You gotta have a good playlist when you're working out. The songs that you pick while you're working out has an effect on how you work out. So here we go with the 135. I'll hit that about 15 to 20 reps. Now that first set lets me know if I need to do a second warm-up. Most of the time I do a second warm-up unless I'm really, really short on time. But the second warm-up is just less reps, and just to make sure I feel secure enough to lock in for the next set. I used to go 135, then 185, and 185 really wasn't really productive for me, so I just made it a habit to go 135 straight to the 225. 225 would still be considered a warm-up, but it further lets me know if I can go heavier that day, and if I can, then how much heavier that I can go. Today I only planned on doing 275 because my elbow is nagging me just a little bit, but it's not nagging me to the point to which I don't feel like I don't have to do any working out or any pressing movements at all. Plus, like a week or two ago, I did an overhead press at 2.25, so I've been feeling good about and confident with my elbow in general. Now this, I thought I did 15 reps, but it was really 14 reps. So after that, then I believe I went to 275. Once I hit the 275, and I've been playing with 275 for a while now. There you go, Coach Bobby Fit on IG. Don't forget that, follow right now. So once I did the 275, I only did it maybe 7 or 8 reps. But sometimes I get it 8, sometimes I get it 10, but I'm just tired of not even moving up. And about 3 weeks ago, I've been telling myself I got to get back to doing 315. Me keep playing with 275 is not going to make me feel better about 315. So I have to start playing with the 315, being that I am getting higher numbers on the 275. And the 315 only been like 1 rep, but I've been like, 1 rep has been like killing me with the 315. And I used to do that for 10 to 12s back in the day. So playing with lightweight too long actually hurt me. So I had to start going back to the 315 again. As you see here, I was going to stay with 1 rep, but I said, you know what? I got to go for another one. I had to fight for it just a little bit. So after that, so I don't get too deep involved in trying to get stuck on doing sets at 315, I just dropped back down to 225 and I did pause reps. That way, I'm going light enough to which it's not creating more demand or any pressure on my shoulders or elbow. But at the same time, I'm really, really diving into some chest breaking down the chest muscles. So that's why I did the pause reps. And I only believe I got 12 reps. But I was sore after this. So just switching up tempos, rep ranges. I recently started getting back to doing that instead of keep trying to pound out throughout the whole workout and keep trying to do more and more and more just to try to stimulate. Sometimes, you don't reinvent the wheel. You just do what has already been working over the years. From there, I went to the incline. Incline is probably one of my favorite presses. So I believe I did this maybe 10 reps, but I did 3 sets. So I did 3 sets between 8 to 10. I ain't gonna show y'all all of the sets because I don't want to make the video too long. But I was confident enough to keep doing that. By this time, the chest is nice and full, so I don't expect to get a whole lot out of. I would normally go heavier if I stayed lighter on the flat, but then I did go up a little bit on the flat bench. That's what ultimately made me stick to the 225 on the incline. I squeezed most of the juice out of the chest on the flat bench until I progress and get my strength back, also with my endurance. But like I said, the incline is one of my favorite chest exercises in general. It's one that I feel when I do my overhead presses, as long as I'm regularly doing inclines, they both get better. So now I'm starting to finish out with some of the lower chest. I prefer this way more than the decline with the bar. Dips, I like dips as well, but there's something about this angle that my chest really likes. So I hit that about 3 or 4 sets of probably 12. Had to go up a little bit on there because the 2 plates just wasn't enough. Realistically, could do 3 or 4 plates depending on where I decide to place it at in the workout that day. Now this is one of my new favorites too. Of course, it's just a regular machine press, but I like how it pulls. It almost feels like a band and a machine at the same time. There's constant tension up and down. So for me, I like how it feels, especially at the end, because you don't need a whole lot of heavy weight. It almost feels like a push-up to a degree. And when you fully press all the way out, you feel the pressure even more in your chest. And it doesn't bother my shoulders or my elbows. It's just really just straight squeezing. And that's all we did today. Finished out with some core work. Of course, I didn't get to record that. Now let me know if y'all want me to make a video strictly after my workout that involves the core workouts. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you haven't yet, like, subscribe, and stay active, baby. Remember, your health is not a phase, it's a priority. Peace.